Are you always chasing the girl you love? Maybe this is the perfect time for you to stop doing that. Today we're talking about why it might not be a good idea for a man to chase after a woman. I understand that some women might not like this topic, but there are important reasons behind it. I know that some people believe in the idea that a man should pursue a woman because it's in the scriptures. However, that doesn't mean a man should chase after a woman like a hunter chasing prey. Pursuing and chasing are different things. It's okay for a man to show interest and make an effort to know a woman. But chasing is like trying to catch something that's running away. And that's not a healthy way to start a relationship. Now let's discuss the 3 specific reasons why it's not a good idea for a man to chase after a woman. Reason 1. Desire versus desperation. The first reason is that it can be hard to tell the difference between desire and desperation. What I mean is, when you chase after something too much, you can seem really desperate in many situations. Most women don't find this appealing. If a woman seems happy when a man chases her, there's more to it. And I'll explain that in the second reason. But in most cases, when a man chases a woman too much, it doesn't make him look good, and the woman may start to lose respect for him. You might have seen examples where men pursued women persistently and eventually they got together and appeared happy. I'm sorry to say that in many cases, not all, it wasn't because a woman genuinely fell in love due to the man's pursuit. It was more like she felt she didn't have better options, or she got tired and decided to give a guy a chance. This might not sound good, but it's the reality in many of these situations. So while it's okay for a man to show interest, when it starts to seem like desperation, it's not a good place to be. Reason 2, start to finish. Reason number 2 why a man should not chase after a woman is because the way you start often sets a tone for how things will go later on. What does this mean? It means that when a man has to pursue a woman too hard from the beginning, it usually leads to a situation where he always has to put in more effort. She might expect him to make everything work, do this and that, while she just sits back and waits for him to act every time. This isn't good because it can lead to problems like the man feeling exhausted, building up anger, and creating bad feelings in their relationship. Why? Because there isn't equal effort from both sides. That's important. In a healthy, happy relationship, both the man and the woman need to work together to make something great. But when a man chases too much, or if it's the other way around with a woman chasing a man, it usually doesn't work out well. It often leads to problems and trouble every time. So keep in mind, this is a big warning sign. Also, let me explain something about women. Although not all women are like this, many are. If a woman makes you chase her, there are usually only 2 reasons why. In my view, here's what's going on. First, she might not be all interested in you. She might have some doubts even though she sees some good things about you. She's not completely sure about being with you. It's not like if you showed a few more good things, everything would be perfect. She just doesn't feel it deep inside. Maybe she's not attractive or something is missing. But she might let you chase her because she wants to see if things can change. Perhaps she hopes that by giving it a chance, her feelings will change and she can have a relationship with you. The second reason why a woman might make you chase her is because she's been hurt before and has emotional scars. Because of this, she wants you to prove that you're worth her trust and that it's safe to be with you. Now, for many women listening, this might sound reasonable, but there's a problem with this approach. If a woman has her guard up all the time, expects you to constantly prove herself, it can lead to issues. Even if you do enough to make her feel safe and open up a bit, any little thing that reminds her of past problems can make her put those walls back up. She's always on high alert, which can make it hard for her to fully trust you. On top of that, the better you do in trying to win her over, the more she might doubt you. She might think, this seems too good to be true. And here's the crucial point. You can't fix her emotional wounds. Her lack of healing can't stop her from truly accepting your genuine intentions or recognizing that you're a good guy who really cares about her. So the idea of chasing her, convincing her, or trying to wear her down emotionally probably won't work. And if it does, it could lead to even bigger problems down the road. Reason 3, woman versus life. Reason number 3 is that chasing after a woman can be a big distraction. When you chase something, you start to focus so much on it that you may not notice warning signs or important things you should be doing in your life. It's like having tunnel vision, and it can lead to problems. God doesn't want you to be so fixated on pursuing a woman that you forget about your own life and responsibilities. Chasing can cause a lot of issues. It's better to build a relationship where both people can put in effort rather than one person doing all the work. When it's one-sided and you're trying hard to convince someone to be with you, it can be risky and it's unlikely to turn out well for you. So, know that it's not good for your personal growth and achieving your own goals. Like I said earlier, it's also not good for the chances of having a good relationship. Sometimes a guy who chases after a girl might catch her, but he might not be happy with what he gets. This can lead to problems like divorce, unhappy marriages, and unhealthy homes because the right foundation for a happy and successful relationship isn't there. Thanks for watching.